Good morning, everybody. How you guys doing? We're having a pretty nice pre-market, right? Volume's picking up a little bit. Euro market at 167. Is that in dollars? You converted it? Good morning. We must unite our energy and push the ticker past 170. I hope it goes past 170 today. That'd be very, very good for the rest of the week. You can't hear me? Well, I haven't said anything. Is my Yeah, my microphone's on and it's turned up. There's a decent chance we rip all the way to 250. Mm, it could happen. Not on the current volume, probably. If there is a 10 a.m. dip, Sahib, then yes, it's better to buy calls during a dip if you expect the price to continue back up. Home Depot needs to rip this morning. It was looking okay in the pre-market. SPY's down a little. I see low volume mentioned by some as a positive and others as a negative. Where do you stand? It's both. I mean, the truth of the matter is that it's not good, right? Like, obviously, we want to see volume and liquidity in the stock, um, but it's beneficial for a short squeeze in that it widens the bid ask spread and increases volatility potential. You think increase in retail investors through apps like WeBull and Robinhood help increase the Buffett indicator? Yeah, absolutely. It's one of the reasons there's so much liquidity in the markets right now. Hopefully, we see some recovery on Tesla and NIO. These crashes are mostly FUD. Just my opinion. What are your thoughts on the sector? I think it's super. I think Tesla's overvalued, like completely fucking overvalued. They want to be a lot of things, but at the end of the day, they are in fact a fucking car company. Until they've rolled out that technology in a way that they can profit off of, it's just, you know, a bunch of forward leading statements. No, I haven't, Dennis. I tried to support the channel, but YouTube chose a 10-minute video advert on Forex trading. It was too much. Well, I appreciate the effort, Lanky Patty. Good morning. Market Watch article is really spamming ECF buying this morning. They do like to keep the dumb money locked up, right? Awesome, Funk. Yeah, I'll reiterate this, by the way. I don't choose the fucking ads for this channel. I've gotten messages indicating that somehow I'm choosing these ads. Not at all. Does anything at all happen if the volume dries up completely? No. Literally nothing, right? The stock just stays at whatever price it was last at, and nothing happens. Now that goes on for too long. NYSE might step in and do something, but TGG smashed expected earnings and has a $15 billion share buyback. Do you think there's a play there? Could be. Hmm. Yeah, probably. But when's the buyback? Do you have a date on it? There's more calls than puts. That means MMs needs to be buying shares, right? Yep. NYSE, not NC. No, they'd switch out the market maker, the DMM. If you don't choose the ads, why am I getting ads for whale teeth accessories? That's not a real thing. Just Google more cooking things. Minnesota. increasing capital requirements or like margin requirements. I'm not sure when that goes live. No, not Susquehanna. It'd be Goldman Sachs or Virtu. September 1st. Okay. No. Thank you, Age Old Titan. I didn't see it pop up. It's weird. It's not showing on there. Am I familiar with Renaissance Technologies? I know who they are, yeah. And yes, I know they bought 600 and something thousand shares of GameStop. How's pre-market volume? Better than the last 2 days, but only moderately. Thanks for sharing, Dmart. Are we getting shills today? A lot of shills. Dmart literal shill. Yeah, I think so. Any significance to Morgan Stanley increasing their position? It could be due to the S&P 400 move. I don't know how many ETFs they have. I know the majority of ETFs are State Street, Vanguard, and BlackRock. Crayon Adobit Collab DD Fan Club. uh, that'll be fun. Get in it now. Morning, Carl. Have you heard of this new color in the light spectrum? It's called a purple. Stupid. I thought at least one person here would catch the reference. No. Good morning, Big Stick. Yeah, SPY's down 25 points in the pre-market. Nice day on dividend. How do your clients feel about that? Taken. Stop spamming CX in the chat. Don't need volume to go up, though, right? Or at least not a lot of it. The link I sent you work? Yeah, I believe so. I haven't gotten a chance to look at it yet, though, Board Gamer. On my 6-month GME chart. Not sure what time scale you're looking at there, Proofrock. Why don't you like The Big Short? I don't dislike it. It's one of the better like financial movies. It's definitely better than fucking Margin Call. Um, the book's better though, like way better and more detailed. Digital good time. Thoughts on Palantir Hedge? Oh, it's like not that much gold. Their CEO's a nut job. So, my friend and I had our second Pfizer shots at the same time. Total meltdown. Yeah, Inside Job's pretty good. Crayon did a review of it not that long ago. Did they talk more about Elliott waves in the book? And technical analysis of the financial markets? I'm sure he goes over Elliott wave theory. I can't remember now. I think so. Our Pfizer meltdown. I mean, it's interesting. Palantir has access to a lot of government data and a lot of data. So there's a chance that they know something no one else does. What do you think about the whole futures reset theory? It's not understood by the author and it shouldn't have been published. I had the AstraZeneca vaccine. The first shot literally wiped me out for the whole week. Second one, zero issues. Huh. Oh, happy birthday, Pablo. Can you recommend any good Elliott Wave specific books? I really want to get at TA. No. I don't think Elliott Waves are very useful. Has gold risen on the back of Palantir's announcement? I don't know. I don't pay attention to it. I don't follow like precious metals. It's 9:23 a.m. Mango. Market time. I don't know, Adam. Lawyers. I'm gonna buy a bunch of lawyers. I think they're fine as part of, a TA like write up on a position you're looking into as an indicator of trend. I just don't think they're useful for trading. I think we hold whale teeth memes to a higher standard in Superstock than we do DD now. Like, if I don't post a perfect GME related whale teeth meme, I will get banned. But weird DD is okay. Eh. Book affiliate link. Please, sir, I beg of you. But they could just download the book for free. Who's ready to make some money? Who isn't, JFresh? Yeah, but Eric D, people will say the same things. I mean, Elliott waves aren't that fucking inaccurate. I mean, the people doing them have been very inaccurate, but um, they are kind of astrology. I got my headphones are kind of dead right now. Oh, Smoother, thank you so much, man. I appreciate that, dude. Are you able to move the market clock to the bottom left? No, I can't. Don't think. No. Yeah, no, there's a gamma ramp. Oh, you saw the chart from Gateway? Yeah, that was nuts. Yeah, DFD has good good DD on GameStop. Very good, especially if you want confidence in the long term play. I mean, you can just go out to the daily and look at the volume, right? From the run up in May, June to now. Like there's your comparison, right? So in this period, running up into here, hold on. These are just me counting shit. So you can see better. So if we look here, where's my epic pen? Damn it. So if you look here, this is the run up period, and then this is the current one. So a quarter of the volume that we had last time, maybe less. Oh no. I don't know, Sally. I don't really think about that. Probably just invest my money and not work as much. Have you written off the SFT facility as a factor? Or do you think they could be used to control pricing? It could be. I haven't written it off, but I haven't seen that much complete information on it either. Why would I want a tow truck company? That job was terrible. Sounds fun. People have been mentioning that the SEC should just ban all dark pool trading for 30 days. I don't think that's realistic. How do you feel about it? Why would the SEC just ban it for 30 days? It seems so fucking arbitrary. Open a Dan retirement farm. Let them run in the fields like their ancestors. Fuck. No, I don't think so, Damage Jet. Ooh, look at that 22,000 opening. Thank you, Silence of the Dans. Silence of the Dans still campaigning for Carl for mod. Oh, just friggin' sharks with laser beams on their heads. That's kind of cool. 400k available to borrow. Interesting. Where the fuck did those come from? Ah. Very interesting. I've just been returning them all morning. They didn't buy them in pre-market, so it's a bit curious. Spurt under 8. I see that. Fix, neutral. AMC running up. So just up? Why not? Hmm. It's nothing. 30,000 shares traded. There's 400,000 shares available to borrow right now. I don't care where Ken Griffin's plane is. Oh, I asked a while ago if VWAP could be anchored to a candle, and you said it couldn't. Not on WeBull. Cyrax. What are you on? Do you have the same smoothing? Is it set for 14? It should be the same if you're on here. You can wait VWAP, but not on Webull. You can do that on like Trading View. Ken Griffin playing theory. It's fucking dumb. I saw something say Morgan Stanley increased their position by 210%. Do you know if that's new news or what the position is? No, not sure. I haven't seen Morgan Stanley's 13F. And he could also just like lease his plane out to other people, right? When it's not in use. My audio's cutting out? Hmm. I don't know. Another day of trading sideways. See you tomorrow, man. I have a few AMC shares. Would you sell them and roll them over to Jamie at this point? I mean, I would, but I can't tell you what to do, man. Yeah, I guess they have a floating short position of 900k since that last borrow popped up. Although I don't know the accuracy of any of those borrow rate numbers. Thanks for letting me know, guys. I figured as much. I can tell when it's like one person saying the audio is fucked up versus everyone saying the audio is fucked up, right? Yeah, I've worked in a corporation. I've had real jobs, lots of them. They all sucked. So BlackRock need to sell off shares for rebalancing. They can't buy more. They could if they wanted to. Why can't they buy more? Oh, my PC audio is much better than mobile. Well, that makes sense. Maybe I slammed some lime during the members only stream. Maybe, Carl. You left a corporation for this? Dude, what about the American dream? Oh, man. $236% up on AMC, selling now for GME. Not much, but more for the cause. Awesome, man. Also, nice gains. I have two possible promotions lined up. One would have great visibility to CO and other high ups. The other would provide great leadership experience. Do you want the money or the experience, Sally? It's anytime you're gonna like expose yourself to higher up like executive visibility, positioning yourself better, because a higher paying job is more about who you know, right? Who owes you favors, who you hang out with every day. That's what's gonna like move you up the chain. No one gives a shit about your experience. I'll take it under consideration, Master Hedgehog. Molly Full, can AMC help you become a millionaire by 2030? I love it. Yeah, awesome, Colt. Glad you like it, man. The money in leadership is actually the same role. The higher up visibility is lower paying and not as much of an initial climb. Will probably lead to better opportunities later. I mean, I guess the real question there is, can you leverage those connections into better opportunities? Is that like part of your personality? Or would you be able to, leverage a better resume more favorably? Because that's really going to depend on the type of person you are. If you can turn those relationships into something, then you would benefit from the former. But if you're not like a super people person, and you don't have a lot of confidence in creating those friendships, and then maybe look to gaining more leadership experience. Can you say hello to my girlfriend Amy? Hello, Amy. How are you doing? Praise be to VWAP. So YouTube DD last night where the guy's thesis was Ken's getting ready to smuggle himself out of the country to the Caymans in a box. Why? He's not going to go to jail. He doesn't need to smuggle himself out of the country. I'm confident I could leverage either, but I think you're right. Thanks for the thoughts. Okay, you're welcome. So is Korean theory of future rollover totally... It's not Korean's theory, first of all. Salty dog. He didn't come up with it. Other people did on his behalf. It's poorly researched, misunderstood, and I will reiterate again, should not have been published. You mentioned a few times that there are gamma ramps built in from 170, but why don't they build one from 165? They will if the price drops. Oh, nice. Yeah, I mentioned over in the Dillionaires Discord that Home Depot looked pretty interesting for this morning. And it does. So how did they affect this? If they didn't borrow any shares, this is very interesting. 68,000 volume. Can't wait for that theory to get rehypothecated. Mm. What's today's low on the long-term trend line, please? It's a good question. 157.69. Oh wait, no, sorry. 159. Oh no, 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 no. I'm looking at the wrong day. One sec. Today's Thursday or Wednesday? Wednesday, right? 159.10 is the low. So we're a little bit below it right now. But that doesn't really mean anything. It's close enough. Do you explain what stochastic RSI crossover signify in your daily? It's a bullish buy signal, means more volatility and momentum, like upward momentum is coming in. Awesome, man. I'm glad you found something you enjoy. Really? Even Adabit posted yesterday that his research lines up very closely with Crayons. I mean, not Crayons research, and I don't care. It's not like their research is lining up separate from each other, right? They're speaking to each other. Uh, Fix view up issue by swapping off the shitty WeBull app. Only use it for level 2 data now. Thanks for the help. Absolutely, Cyrus. Thank you. I mean, they just shorted it. That's what's going on. Will you quit having other tickers open? I walk in and see a Green Johnson and get so excited. Sorry, man. They didn't borrow any. It looks like they returned 250,000. I mean, this price action noted in the daily DD in my pre-market analysis, if you looked, which I'm guessing you didn't. I'm just gonna update Reddit real quick, guys. I'm gonna check the puts as soon as they're all in. Actually, they should be. Yeah, they should be up by now. Hold on. Ah, yes. Well, that doesn't seem like enough. 500,000 in puts, but only. What's in the money? No. 200,000 in puts. Sorry. Definitely some in the money. Like 100 grand. Not really enough to matter though. Shouldn't affect us this much. But I guess because of the low volume. It's also linked in chat. Fluffiosa. Just bought a 160 call for Friday for $3. Nice. Yeah, I put the daily DD link in the description for you guys. Sorry about that. That little blue frog. That blue little frog. I'm new. Hey, new. The DD link is missing from the video description. I got the. If they aren't properly hedging calls by under hedging, why wouldn't they be? Why wouldn't they be improperly hedging puts by over hedging? I mean, they're gonna over hedge. They may just be weighting puts more heavily, right? It's more that the balance is off than one side is just like absolutely favored over the other. I mean, somebody sold 50,000 shares there. I have an RH account and won't let me trade GME options. Something weird going on. Maybe. Mm, possibly. Here comes the rip. Oh, there's a bounce off the long-term trend. I missed it, but 6 month, 2 hour. You're using like weird fucking time scales on that, man. Look at the 4 hour with extended turned on or the daily with extended turned off. I don't know why you're using the 2 hour time scale, but the time scale matters for the indicator you're using. Especially as some of them are coded specifically to only work on certain time scales. No. How happy are you that Brittany is free? Oh, did that happen? Good for her. Everyone read T Dettles the DD the other day. Super insightful. I didn't. Why was this not linked to me? Did you end up buying your cat spreads? I didn't buy any spreads. I just bought 220s for October 1st. And then I have a couple weekly 220s also. No gout treatment. I have no gout. Perish. Oh, the one with the satellites? That was amazing. Dude, it was shocking the number of people that reached out to me about the U Rick of Spades DD that were like, this is a really like serious accusation. How could you make fun of Matt Kors? Like there were a lot of people that thought it was absolutely real. And also T Dettle's like satellites DD. Someone reposted that as like actual fucking DD on GME Jungle. How could you make fun of Rick? More like it. I just want to know who he is. I'm just putting my evidence out there. If he wants to reveal himself to the world, that's his choice. You mean it wasn't? Rick of Spades may be offended. I hope not. What's the 810K buy order IQ? It was a sell. Supposedly $810,000 worth of GameStop sold today. That's true, Francis. I've never seen Matt Kors and Rick of Spades in the same room. Or have you? Cough burp. Or have you? Have you ever seen Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared? I haven't, but I want to now. Interesting. There's definitely some fucking room on that. It's like a double bottom. According to Adabit and Crayons' latest TD, you're in fact Rick of Spades. I'm not that slim. I would have had to have changed my entire body in order to make that video. Why do you guys always assume that the price displayed is GameStop? I see that message like 15 times a day. It's like, oh my God, I just came in and the price and I thought it was GameStop. Like, just look. And then be like, oh, okay, that's not GameStop. Stop being shocked. Would it ruin your DD if they ran us down to $40 again? Yeah. I mean, that would ruin all expectations. It shouldn't be possible. I'd be very shocked if they were able to. I think you're slim and petite. Thanks, Carl. His DD is not good again. His, it's not that it's not good, it's just incomplete. And I fucking hate that. Could have brought Jimmy down. I don't have to worry about that message for Hawk. I can't read the ticker name on my phone. Neither of them? I could probably make that bigger. Oh, no, I can't. That was a lie. Call that a double bubble. No, I wouldn't stop streaming. I would buy more GameStop if they brought us down to $40, imp. Yep, that's correct. Games and gains. Unless they cover it on the other side, but maybe they just saw like a limit order up and or some stop losses and they use that to their advantage. There's a lot of possibilities for what happened there. but it was a very minimal amount of in the money puts. My students also love SLGG. Thoughts? I think it's a shitty stock. I don't like it. GameStop's not buying it out. At least not anytime soon. I don't think esports is all that profitable yet. I think it's because esports is too like fractured. Like even League, they definitely spend more money hosting events than they make off of them. I mean, I guess long term the gains are worth it for them, but short term it's definitely like a loss. I'm not gonna ride this to 40. Chance open what might confirm an exit from an 827 320. I've sold a couple, I have a couple remaining. I mean, right now it looks good. It's consolidating on that resistance. It can easily keep moving up. It's got quite the gap to fill back up. If we go out here to like the 4 hour, yeah, I mean we could easily fill back up to 328 at that resistance. Possibly all the way back up to like 330 or higher. Cat not doing the things I wanted to do. I think people wish it would go to 40 so they can get back up in on the opportunity they missed in March. But I don't think it's going to happen. I don't know, JC. Possibly. Well, retail's not tapped out. I mean, we buy shares, right? At $40, we could buy 4 times the number of shares that we could buy at 160, though. I'm going to go listen to Matt Kors so I can properly hate him. All right, Jay Fresh. I'll be here when you get back, man. Recently started an account there. I won't allow market orders due to increased volatility. I have no idea. Just use limit orders. I've never had that experience. I think at $40, you start to see people pull out some stops and dump in money they otherwise couldn't afford to invest or wouldn't be willing to risk. It's too much. I mean, it would never get that low, right? People would start snapping it up below 150 as we experienced in the last week, right? You would get some new good news or something this morning. This wasn't done on a lot of shares. This price drop was minimal, 60,000 shares. Maybe 100,000 shares. I think if GME goes to 40, AMC is going to go out of business. Earnings isn't out yet, Smack Factor. I know. Call the IRS and find out why you didn't get your tax refund, Elena. They have like a. You can call them and speak to them and find out what the hell's going on. Welcome, guy typing in Korean. It's okay, Snickers. That's correct, Seymour Thipcoco. Is JPAS speaking today? Not that I know of. Oh my god, my Home Depot call is almost in the money. This is the best. You can't call the IRS, they don't answer. That's not been my experience. No. If you get a CPA, they have like a separate line they can call. I just watched Matt Kors. It was awful. He was begging AMC MACD to cross on the 1 minute. Jesus Christ. Oh, man. Come on, Jay Fresh. That's some quality fucking entertainment right there. Triple bottom? Uh, do your XPXS calls just randomly show like 2,000% in the green? They aren't even in the money. I don't know. I don't have that account open right now. Bristo. That was an easy 200 bucks. Are you making good progress on your DD? For the most part. Matt Core's joke was cruel and super funny. Oh, awesome, Lewis. That's a great book. Definitely one of my favorites. Seymour think. Yeah, there's definitely Thaddeus. You're not entirely wrong. There's definitely like a sentiment that like investing means that the money that you've put in is gone, and it's not, right? Because you can liquidate your investments and turn it back into cash. So could this morning dip help with the gamma ramp? It could, yeah. Speaking of which, I was lucky. All right. I think CPAs have a way of reaching out to the IRS. Like they have like their own dedicated line to get in touch with the IRS or like fax service or something. So if you have a CPA, they can get in touch with the IRS faster than you can. Although I'm not sure. I'm sure somebody in here is a CPA and can confirm that or not. Awesome, Funk. Glad to hear it, dude. I'm a CPA, can confirm. Okay, yeah, that's what I thought. It's called PPS, Practitioner Priority Service. So there you go. Interesting. My headphones are charged. Aha. Takes less time to get a hold of them, but it can be a challenge getting someone to take care of it for you. Oh, interesting. CPAs are tax preparer IDs. Okay. All right. This is getting. Yeah, I mean, you could probably contact. Well, apparently, you want to contact one that has a tax preparer ID, Elena. That's what I'm seeing here. I don't know if my guy does. I don't think so. It's not his like main job. Spurt running. It's up 1%. What's the expiry on those options you just picked up? I bought a 160 for Friday. But somehow I filled below the ask on the uptick. So I guess somebody like sold thinking it was gonna drop more. And my order filled like at a very nice price point. So I was just like immediately up 10%. Sometimes you just get really nice order execution. It's fun. You're interested in this interview with Robert Shapiro today? No. Who's interviewing him? That's why you don't use Robinhood. I mean, they're both Apex Clearinghouse. Although WeBull's run through Bank of New York, like Carnegie Mellon, I think, or Mellon Bank. Who is it? I can't remember. I think it's Bank of New York. They're a Chinese company, but I think they're like U.S. brokerage is BNY Mellon, yeah. So they actually like on sometimes I get really good order fills on Webull. Sometimes I don't. I don't like the inconsistency of it though. What's up, Guy Hartley? I don't know how much money they make off PFOF though. Do you think Apex will be a problem during MOASS? I mean, everything's going to be a problem during MOASS. Apex was a problem in January, but it was mostly Robinhood that was the problem, right? Like Robinhood's the one that cut off buying for the whole day. Like Webull was down for about an hour, but my Fidelity was down. You know, my Schwab account was down. IBKR went down. And on actually, my WeBull was back up before my Fidelity was, but they are still at a risk due to that the clearinghouse not possibly not having enough liquidity on hand or capital on hand. eToro went down. Yeah, I mean that's gonna just happen. Like if there's a big short squeeze like that, shit's just gonna go down. So I mean, I'm not. I have like 50 shares in Webull. That's it. So I'm not super concerned if it's down. You know, I'll be able to sell them eventually. I'm more concerned if my other brokerages go down. But Fidelity's been doing a lot to prepare for some sort of event, right? So they've been upgrading their servers and hiring more, phone employees. That's the other downside about Webull is that you can't really call them. There's no like customer service to speak of. I just like that it's like free charting and some level 2 data, and it's easy to stream it. Do you have an opinion on IBKR? Trying to find a new broker to use in Canada. I mean, they're one of my primary brokers. I like IBKR a lot. They have by far the best order execution with the least slippage of any of the retail brokerages. They may not be on our side in this. I don't hold my GameStop there, but oddly enough, Wells. I don't think that many people use Wells as their brokerage. Cries and T212. Speaking of how much FTDing they could in the final couple weeks before MOASS, will their brokers allow it? I'm just thinking how low the price gets if they FTD everything at the end of this. Hard to say. I think we'll start to see reports of, if that's the case, we're going to start to see reports of much higher short interest like we did running into January. You flip your chart the right way up. So you want to be going down right now, red hair? Confused. Yeah, IBKR definitely has a steep learning curve. Yeah, I know. It's gonna take far less buying to drive the price up than it did to drive it down. Yeah, I don't like Wells Fargo as a bank at all. I had them for a number of years, and they are shady and unreliable. They're greasy. Yeah, that's a good description. This Prometheus Johnson meme on Dillionaires is funny. I need to check that out. What's up with the Koreans? I don't know. I'm probably just interested in GameStop. When did Biter become a mod? Oh, you guys didn't know Biter is the other YouTube mod. He's just never on here. Why do GME and the popcorn stock track so closely? All will be explained in due time. Message for Hawk. Six, Muhammad. Six? Yeah, I think six. I might have some somewhere else also. Look at him trying not to jump the bid 50 cents or the ask. Gotta do it. You gotta buy this. Go on. I was talking about. So I watched a little bit of my trade spotting interview last night for the first time. And holy shit, that was pretty good. That was a pretty good conversation. I was kind of tired at the time and didn't really realize it, but it came out great. This is why people want more. Everyone keeps mentioning popcorn stacks, so I finally dropped 100K on Orville Redenbacher. Dude, you're gonna get fucking rich off that investment. I like it. It reminded me of something that was in that interview just now. It's like there's some fucking dude sitting in a short hedge fund right now buying like 83 shares at limit in order not to jump the ask. And that's just hysterical to me. After MOASS, will you still eat ice cream? I don't see why not. It's even more hysterical that person has quit their job. Hasn't quit their job yet. It's definitely not an unpaid intern. It's somebody who's past their Series 7. The two retail jumping and asking, just kick that short hedge fund in the nuts. It's likely algorithms got them into this mess, but ultimately a person is responsible. Let them unwind it manually. I mean, there's some truth to that statement, I think. But not entirely. I mean, so nobody at a short hedge fund's deploying capital like that without approval spectrometer. It's not just like an algo ran wild and shorted the stock into oblivion. Yeah, he does do some incredible research, Brian. That's what like initially got me into GameStop was he was doing so much work, and his fucking just his value thesis on the stock was great, and I was like, shit, I'll buy some for like long term. I'll get some leaps and see how this plays out. But yeah, I mean, better research than you see at most hedge funds. Far better. I don't know. It's like some sort of fruit thing. Cockroach rancher. All they get here is cooking advice and pickle drawings. That's not true. See, you're really focused on this algorithm thing. It doesn't. It's not really working in the way you're describing, but okay. I like the guy that told me TA was useless on GME because the patterns never form in reference to a cup and handle that perfectly formed. The patterns get defeated frequently on GameStop, but that's because, they use technical analysts also. AMC YouTubers are getting rich without having to buy a single share. Matt Crazy, thank you so much for becoming a Dillionaire, man. I appreciate that. Hit me up over on the Discord and I'll be sure to get you added into the Dillionaire Country Club.
Hey dude, welcome to the Dillionaires. We ain't no gorillionaires, cause Andrew Mo money sucks.
Quick TA question. Do you have a slight flag going on right now on GME? Just trying to understand TA a bit better. No, not really. We're in an uptrend, but it's
Welcome to
nope.
the Billionaires.
What the hell?
We ain't no gorillionaires, cause Andrew Mo Money sucks.
That was weird. Okay. Um it's ascending, right? But we don't have a reversion back to VWAP yet. So there's a bit of a curvature to it. It can be called an ascending scallop. It's usually a bullish signal. It means the highs are higher, the lows are lower. But the highs are running and you're just seeing brief periods of consolidation in between. But no, bull flags and bear flags are formed on um like significant volume generally, right? They're like a pattern that forms off of like upward, like fast upward momentum. What do you think caused up the run up in May, June? Why do you think we haven't seen aggressive movements this time on our trend turnaround? I think we're closer to 200 on the last run by now. Um, they are being very careful to not raise the volume because of the bid ask spread. So although we ran up faster last time from our low this time not only started higher, but our bid ask spread is much wider, and so our volatility would be far greater. But it will come. Palantir doing some action. That's cool. I have no intention of selling my Palantir for probably a few years. It's a little dip, a good HD entry point. Not trying to chase too hard. I don't know. It looks like a bit of a head and shoulders. It could fall through back to like this resistance here at like 323. So I'd watch if it turns around on VWAP. Like if you start to get a little bit of a turnaround, that could be a good buy signal, but I would wait for it. Like it's worth the like $20 difference on options to wait for that turnaround. Cockroach Rancher, thank you so much for becoming a Cornishad, dude. The angle of the ascending pattern showing strength. Would you say there's a stronger ascending angle than we are seeing right now? Wait, what? When I say what is a stronger ascending angle than what we're seeing right now? Can you rephrase that, Peanuts? Higher highs and lower lows means increased volatility. That's like this. That's increased volatility. But on our last run up, if you guys remember, that increased to the upside. So we ended up with like this formation, which is very odd. Usually increased volatility like that will go mostly sideways. Oh man. hit with a bunch of Ko-Fis all at once. 1 second. How much for your hat with your autograph? The hat's not for sale. Stephen Cohen looks like his nickname would be the Germ, but in all seriousness, thanks for the great and educational content. Even the BFIS to constantly learn more. I feel like my knowledge has tied together better. Keep it up, Girk. Awesome. Thank you, Dan McLong Johnson. I appreciate that, man. And I have allergies to pickles. How are you allergic to pickles? Are you allergic to cucumbers? That's a weird allergy to have. I've never heard of someone being allergic to pickles. They're like mostly water. At the local fair, I got a soft serve with cherry chips and sprinkles. Did I get it right? You did. How was it, Boss Dank Beams? Tell me all about it. Describe it to me. Why do you think all TA could not predict anything? I mean, it did predict some things. It's been right. I wouldn't keep fucking doing it if it was just wrong every time. It's been wrong and it's also been right, but it's been right more often than it's been wrong. I mean, I timed the run up in June down to like the fucking minute or the hour. That was pretty close. Do you have any current thesis on a MOASS catalyst? I do. Yes, it does sound like bullshit, doesn't it, Salad Seducer? That's because it's not because it's intentionally bullshit. It's because it's misunderstood and being presented in a way that doesn't readily make sense to people, which is unfortunate. But you know, some people just want attention. Whether they think they're doing the right thing or not, they should think on their actions before they act. Thank you, Tiny Danster. Says that I'm not allergic to squash. I'm allergic to fruit. Mangoes. Stuff like that. I am allergic to bananas. We don't need a catalyst because it's built in, Benso. The catalyst is there. It's been there all along. People just choose to ignore it. Spirit going up, but my $18 call's still only worth a penny. Well, you probably shouldn't have bought $18 calls, but they'll continue to be worth a penny unless Spurt goes way up. Might as well hold them, right? My family thought it was a crazy combination, but it was perfect. Did you get it with chocolate soft serve or vanilla? Very different experiences. Could you explain how you said the short hedge funds are in control of introducing volume? No, the market makers are in control of introducing liquidity. Some time ago, you said you would make a new list with books to read. Any news on that? I've made a lot of plans for things to do with this channel and have done very few of those things. It's hard, man. I fucking got a lot on my plate. And that's like the furthest thing from something I give a shit about, right? Like, yeah, it'd be cool for me to like curate a book list for everyone, but not really like my immediate focus, right? Shill confirmed. So VWAP is below the ticks, which means bullish. If those ticks were thousands of dollars, how would you plan accordingly to exit with max gains? I have an exit DD. You can go read it. I'd imagine I would be allergic to fruit if I boofed it. I know if I get like apple or peach on my face, I just get hives everywhere. It's very painful. So I'd imagine if I boofed it, it'd be 20 times more painful. I wouldn't ever take the risk. Are you allergic because of latex and bananas? I'm not allergic to latex. Yeah, I agree with that, Imp. You totally skipped my Ben and Jerry's question, and I'm a little hurt by this. Well, instead of telling me about your feelings, you could have just asked the question a second time, VWAP disciple. And then I would have read it. Twist. I had both experiences. That's amazing. You, sir, are a legend. Well done. Actually, the marketing team gives me things to do, and then I just don't act on them at all. Like they made me awesome, like Dillionaire and Pigeon Whale animations, and I was supposed to do something with that yesterday, and then I fell asleep. So it's not their fault. They've been fantastic. 69 Shades of Pickle, the new TA romance of pure love to Our Lady View up. So yesterday I got bit by a bat. The rabies series is no joke. Whew, yeah, you don't want to get bit by wild animals. It's super shitty. Can you proofread my novel for me? No, no thanks, Multi Blues. I really don't want to be involved in that. That sounds like something that I have no interest in whatsoever. Dave Lauer. Nice, dude. I've never seen the movie. I really want to watch it though. Looking to buy an espresso machine today. Do you have any recommendations for anything under 300? The cheapest espresso machine you can buy that will make espresso is like a Gaja Classic, and it's like 450. You can make do with like a Breville, whatchamacallit? Shit. I'm trying to think of the name. It's like the small one. I can't think of the name of it, but honestly, like the like accessories you would have to buy to improve it make it the same price as the Gaja. So if I were you, I would look at a Gaja Classic. And if your budget's like strictly 300, then, you know, look at Craigslist or something like that and find a used one. Most espresso machines last forever. Like I would look for like a Rancio Silva or Sylvia or a Gaja Classic on Craigslist. Gout, hives, mold. Sounds like more medical bills. Nah, I'm alright. I have medical insurance. I'm a responsible adult human, I think. Can you go into more detail why you don't trust IBKR with your GME shares? I just don't want them lent out, and I feel like they're lending them regardless. Also, my IBKR account has margin. I suppose I could open a cash account over there, but yeah, I just don't have them in there. Based on like what happened with T212 though, I kind of don't trust IBKR to hold my shares. Can I interest you in a hardcover version of the Gospel of Dan Part 1? I wasn't always allergic to those fruits. When I was a kid, I wasn't, which is weird. It like got worse as I got older. Nespresso is not espresso, and it's trash. It's like a Keurig, except it like whips foam into the coffee. It's absolute garbage. I'd rather drink fucking Starbucks. I have a Quick Mill Andrea, which is like a big fucking metal. I'll show you a picture of it. It's like this. It's a good machine, but they're expensive. I got it used, so I got like a pretty good deal on it. I got it for like 800 bucks. But after I got done like servicing it, it ended up being around like 1,000. Yeah, is it the Breville Bambino? Oh, but it's $500 also now. It used to be cheaper, I think. Don't spend money on any fully automatic espresso machine or Nespresso. They're just garbage. And then also like Nestle is just like ruining the planet. The price raise on that espresso machine is transitory. I mean, I got mine off Craigslist from some guy. So it's like a slightly older model than that one. But it was, he like took pretty good care of it. I don't partake, real Mr. Miggs. Was your MOASS catalyst thesis a market crash? No. Ugh. Yeah, Philips, Seiko, all the fully automatic espresso machines, kind of the same story as Nespresso. Like it doesn't real make proper espresso. Some of the like really expensive ones aren't so bad, but they're far worse than like a much cheaper like semi-automatic machine. Anyway, any favorite cookbooks? I have a couple. I can't remember the titles right now. Hard to avoid the plastic reservoirs, even in the high end machines, unless you have like a direct water flow. But you wear a cookies hat. I used to work with them. The company I worked for managed their distribution, or a lot of their distribution. So I have all kinds of merch. Maybe. See if we bounce off VWAP. I'm gonna update Reddit real quick. Sorry about that, guys. All done. How are you doing this lovely low morning? I'm doing all right, Dragify. Hmm. Still low volume day everywhere. Why are we drawn to VO up so consistently for tests? Well, it's the volume weighted average price, right? So it's based on the volume, it's the average price the stock is trading at for the day. Do you like mocha pots? They're okay. Hard to really nail them unless you have like a super good grinder. Like it's hard to get a really good coffee out of it. But I mean, definitely my like backup brewing method if I have to have one. Although usually I'll just switch to like iced tea if I can't drink espresso. BB doing a thing. Yeah, it looks like some of the stuff is moving. What do you think about Apple AirPods? Why would you want to start that, Brad? After Friday, August 27th, customers will no longer be able to buy impacted OTC securities. What the fuck? What's on the impacted list? Double down. Is there a list of like stocks that they can't buy? Is GME on it? Is VWAP the yellow line? Yeah. Any love for the AeroPress? I've only ever tried it once. It kind of just tasted like gas station coffee, but that could have been the person who made it's fault, or more than likely was. Is Max Payne still 170? I don't know. Hmm. Yeah. Yeah, Max Payne's 170 as of right now. How much time do you spend maintaining, cleaning your espresso machine? I don't know, like 15 minutes a week, maybe. It doesn't take that much maintenance. Don't know, just posted. I mean, call